So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Devonte Adams shipped off to the New York Jets for what I'm hearing, a second and a conditional third round pick, or a conditional third round pick that can become a second. So what does this mean for the Washington Commanders? I'm gonna explain it and much more. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you help me reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So this morning, no shocker, obviously we heard it for weeks now. Devonte Adams was disgruntled with the Las Vegas Raiders, and he's had teams on his list that he wanted to go to. And at the top of his list was the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets. Everyone knew this was going to happen. Everyone knew that he was going to go back with his old teammate Aaron Rodgers, and we just knew it was just a matter of time. The Washington Commanders was apparently a team to be on the lookout for and a perfect landing spot for Devonte Adams, but we always knew it was a long shot for Devonte Adams. And if I could be honestly and like real with you all, I'm fine with him not coming here because, in my opinion, Devonte Adams says he wants to win. He wants to go to a franchise that contends for playoffs and Super Bowls, etc. It doesn't really seem like that for me. It seems like he's chasing money and he's chasing stats. Because you're going to the Jets, a dysfunctional franchise at this current moment. Just fired their head coach, Robert Saleh, just coming off of a loss versus the Buffalo Bills. It just seems like you want to play with Aaron Rodgers, and that's cool. Like, I ain't mad at you for it. Just don't say you want to win and then go to a franchise at this current moment that's not that's not winning. The trajectory, could it be up? Potentially. But I don't know. With that Jets offense still being the way it is, this could help it out for sure. Nathaniel Hackett and all the other play callers, I believe he took a back seat to the play calling. So, I mean, I guess it could work out for him. Aaron Rodgers then turned that team into the Green Bay Jets. You know what I'm saying? Or the New York Packers, like literally. So what does this mean for the Washington Commanders? This means absolutely nothing. I definitely think the Washington Commanders could have got Devonte Adams if they wanted to, given the fact that the cost of him was not as expensive. He only cost roughly a potential second round pick. You could have got that if you wanted to, but in my honest opinion, I don't think we needed to give up that for a person that's on the plus side of 30. He's still one of the best receivers in the league. I don't want to sit up here and act like Devonte Adams is not elite. But given the fact that he had his mind made up and he wanted to go to the Jets, who's to say he even considered coming to Washington and wanted to play for the Washington Commanders? In my opinion, I think Washington is going to have their eyes set on someone else, maybe in free agency, maybe in the draft, is where we try to attack the wide receiver position. But at this current state, I'm fine with our wide receiver position, y'all. If you want to be honest with me, let's talk about it, right? Obviously, Terry McLaurin is coming along, coming off a 2-touchdown performance, and he's still one of the best receivers in the league and proven to be the reason the wide receiver one at this current moment. But you look at the supporting cast. I get it. I always talk about how it's just a bunch of guys. It's not no one notable. It's not like we have Jahan Dotson, another first round pick on the opposite side of Terry McLaurin. Not another first round pick, but a first round pick on the opposite side of Terry McLaurin, and he panned out. No, we got a bunch of guys that are trying to find their way, but it is working because we have a quarterback that is elevating the play around his team. Okay, we don't have a quarterback like in recent history, like Taylor Heineke, where we needed him. We needed guys around him to be good, you know. So that's why the play of a Noah Brown is up. He makes guys like Noah Brown, who potentially would be wide receiver 3s, 4s on someone's roster, and elevate them to a high level of play, kind of like how C.J. Stroud did Noah Brown last year. He makes De'Ami Brown look good. He makes Luke McCaffrey look good. Olamide Zaccheaus, even though he dropped the pass, he makes him look good. Zach Ertz, at the older age that he is, still has a lot left in the tank because of the quarterback play around him. So, obviously, Devonte Adams would have been a home run trade at this current moment. This could have been the trade that helped Washington, you know, honestly, I guess, win more games. I really don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. It literally did not make sense because he can't play cornerback. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have an offense that's putting up 30 plus points a game. We're coming off of our lowest one of our lowest scoring games, in which we had opportunities to score more points, but we just shot ourselves in the foot, or we had to punt. This trade for the Washington Commanders probably wouldn't have made sense in the sense of we don't need him. It's more of a luxury pick, and he would definitely come in here and boost up this team's offense and boost up our team overall. However, he does not play cornerback. He does not play free safety. We need defensive help at this current moment. So if anything, if Washington's going to trade for anybody, let it be a defensive player. Let it be Hassan Reddick. Let it be J.C. Horn. Even though I'm not necessarily the biggest J.C. Horn person, I wouldn't mind if we got him at the trade deadline. We played him this Sunday, so we can get an up close and personal look at J.C. Horn and see if that's somebody that we want to take an opportunity on. I don't think he nearly is going to cost as much as Devonte Adams. And granted, Devonte Adams did not cost that crazy amount, but that's a conditional second, given the fact that he's going to play the rest of the season and he's going to produce. I'm more than certain that that pick is going to turn into a second round pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. So J.C. Horn on the flip side, he can't really, I don't think he can necessarily command a conditional second, maybe a fourth, maybe a third round pick. But I do think Washington needs to put their lens on and look elsewhere if they are willing to make moves at the deadline. And at this point, in my opinion, the Washington Commanders should be looking to be buyers at the deadline, because you look at the schedule coming up. The Washington Commanders have a really, really nice 4-game stretch. And at this point, considering the fact that we can consistently play the way we're playing, even with how piss poor the defense is, there's no way this team is not winning at least 10 to 11 games this season, considering the fact that they have a high quarterback play. Offensively, they're talented. Defensively, they are struggling, but they don't have another quarterback like Lamar Jackson on that they're facing. So I definitely feel that Washington's in a good place. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington called for Devonte Adams to see what it is that they were willing to give up, and we probably said, no, that's too much. Or again, given the fact that Devonte Adams has so much pull around the league, he's probably the one that initiated this trade and said this is where he would like to go if he's going to be in fact traded. So Washington probably never crossed his mind. However, we know they tried to make the connection because he shouted out Jaden Daniels and wanted to give Jaden Daniels props for how he is playing, and said, hey, they wanted him in Las Vegas. So they tried to draw that connection. Obviously, KD talking about him on Up and Adams. So they were trying to force a connection with the Washington Commanders, but in all actuality, he probably did not want to come here. And I'm perfectly fine with sending him, out to New York. Let him go be with Aaron Rodgers, and I hope they turn up. I hope they flip their season around. I hope that they're able to get back on track. But for the Washington Commanders, as this stand, we're perfectly fine with Terry McLaurin, Noah Brown, De'Ami Brown, Luke McCaffrey, Lamade Zaccheaus, etc. We're not going to upgrade this wide receiving core and probably into free agency when T. Higgins and all these other free agent wide receivers come available. We're probably not going to upgrade much at the deadline offensively, and honestly, we really don't need to. Again, if anything, we need to upgrade this defense. So hopefully, Washington is stacking up their picks and their mindset to, if make a move available, let's go get Hassan Reddick. In my opinion, that's the guy that I want. That's the guy that I'm willing to trade for, because don't know the timetable on Dorrance Armstrong. Already down Jonathan Allen for the year. The defensive line has taken a blow. I think Javon Baptiste, he also got injured in Sunday's performance, so we are a little banged up. And the Jets have gave Dorrance, not excuse me, has given Hassan Reddick a couple weeks to identify a trade. And I think if he is one he wants to get paid, and he at this point would have to take a friendly deal. And I think Washington could be the perfect opportunity for him. You give up whatever they want. Let's say they want a fifth for him or whatever. They want a sixth. Cool. He comes here. He could sign maybe, let's say, a 2-year deal, right? A 2-year deal, and we can have an out after the second year. Or if he signs a 3-year deal, we can have an out after the second year. Because Hassan Reddick is still really good. He's still has coming off his last season fully playing to 11 and a half sacks. Before that, I believe it was like a 12 and a half. Then before that, I think it was like 16 sacks. So this guy is still consistently putting up numbers and still consistently one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So we're not going to act as if he wouldn't be worth trading for. But that is where my mind has shifted now that Washington's offense has been able to score the ball. And we clearly see this defense is the issue. The Washington Commanders offense is fine. Devonte Adams would have been a luxury pick, a luxury landing, but in all actuality, it probably was highly unlikely to begin with. And again, I'm let them go out to New York, and hopefully they turn their season around. But as far as the Washington Commanders, we're good. It it would have been cool, but it ain't happening. So let me know what you guys about this video in the comment section down below. Don't forget to turn on post notifications, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to use my promo code JGTS on SeatGeek to get $20 off your first purchase. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy. Peace.